Welcome back. Today we're gonna be looking at the secrets Steven Seagal always uses before the fight starts. So we love Steven Seagal, right? We've seen his films. It was one of the reasons why some of us, or even most of us, started Aikido, because he made it look cool. And this is what is still selling. I mean, certainly his sort of older films were absolutely fantastic, and he made Aikido look great. But there are things that he does which you don't normally see. There are certain ways how he positions himself, how he functions, that if you're not trained in that art, you may not be able to see. So we will have a look at this today. Right, so positioning. The way I would be standing and reading Azu's body will determine if he can actually get to me. So here, he will connect, right? So when I know he's going to be throwing a right punch, when I move slightly bit to the left, it makes it quite difficult for him because he has to turn, right? Another thing is that if I create a good kind of distance, he would have to again make a step forward. These are very subtle things that they are there. Obviously, he then implies other techniques into it. So when this is happening, he's got his hands here, and then that's what happens, and then he takes people down and stuff like that. So it's just one of those very tiny things. Or I can just kind of pretend that I'm going there and I'm actually moving here. See? Didn't even see it. So all of those little things, how you position yourself, that is so important. And you can see this when you really closely watch the films. You can see that he either sort of stands there and he's got good distance and he always waits for the guy, or he instigates that. So he goes in and then he knows that this is there, yeah? So positioning, very important. Another thing is the way he speaks to people. Obviously it's an action film, so he has to aggravate the situation. If you have a beef with someone and, you know, we're talking, emotions are getting wilder and wilder, and, like, depending on how you talk back to the person, either makes the fight start or it can actually dismantle it. Because if you're not giving back anger, it will be rather harder for the other person to actually, just go all out. Yeah. So what it is one of his films, you just see, like, he's got a badge and he's like, well, kind of like, if you want this is going to be your price. Yeah. I mean, he's a policeman, whatever that is, but he just gives them the push that they need, right? And then obviously when they they start coming in and he takes people down. So verbal communication can either make things worse or better. He's almost kind of deceiving people in a way, because what he does is he just stands there and just, like, in a very passive way, and you have no idea that when the guy attacks him, he just kind of goes, Didn't expect that, he's just really sort of passive and really not doing anything. He's just like, yeah, and talking to the person. Now you could also see these subtleties when there is a scene in the film where he just beaten someone up, and then he's running after someone else, and then there is this really big guy saying, "Oh, why did you hurt my friend?" and stuff like that. And he just goes, "Oh, well, and then the guy just pushes him, and he just kind of like, "Oh yeah, man," and he just goes whack into the solar plexus. The big guy just comes down. So this is just the way that he just uses it like you had no idea what's going to happen in the next second. Hope you enjoy these. There are a few little things that I've observed from the films and from studying really the movements and the dynamics that he does. You may be able to see more, but give us a shout in the comments, of course. We'll be happy to read them and answer to them. And we shall see you next time.